Everyone, Pastor Derek here. Hope you're doing well. Hope God's just been pouring out his love to you as you seek to reboot your relationship with him. We're looking at God's word to try to reboot our lives before him. I hope and pray that God's been meeting you here. Today we want to look at Isaiah 63, verse 15 to 16. And this passage, which we'll be looking at over the next few days, is this longing for God to revive the land. In it, Isaiah is looking at the world that he's living in and recognizing that we need God. And would God move and God act? And so this is this beginning of this prayer that we find in verse 15 and 16, where Isaiah says this. Look down from heaven and see from your holy and beautiful habitation. Where are your zeal and your might? The stirring of your inner parts and your compassion are held back from me. For you are our Father. Though Abraham does not know us and Israel does not acknowledge us, you are, O Lord, are our Father. Our Redeemer from of old is your name. What I love about this passage is that Isaiah is giving an honest assessment of what's going on in the world. He's looking at the world and he's seeing it's not right. And so there's two things that could be going on about why it's not right. The first is he's sort of coming to God and saying, God, would you do something about this? He says, your zeal, in verse 15, your zeal and your might, where is it? Where is your compassion and the stirring of your heart towards us? In other words, it's bad down here. God, why don't you do something about this? And this is what we do as those who seek God, is we say, God, would you do something? Would you act? But at the same time, we have this response that Isaiah says, where he also looks at us, the people of God, and says, we're not acting the way we should. He says it in verse 16, for you are our Father, though Abraham does not know us and Israel does not acknowledge us. In other words, we don't even look like Abraham anymore. We don't look like Israel anymore. Our place, it's messed up here. Would you please do something about it? And sometimes we bring that same concern to God and say, God, my life is struggling. Would you do something? Would your zeal and compassion come and help me? But also, God, I'm not acting like you. You're my Father, and I want to be with you. I want to move towards you. And so we come and we ask. And so I want you to ask. I want you to ask God to stir up his affections for us, to stir up his zeal and his compassion, to remember that he's our Father and we are his children, that he would come down and do his mighty work in our lives because we need it, right? Our world needs to hear him. Our world needs to hear the greatness of our loving God, Jesus Christ. And so may your heart pour out your concerns to God as you ask God to move not only in your life, but in the world around you. Hey, blessings on you as you just walk with him. Take some time today to seek his face in a special way and pour out your love to him as he is our Father and he loves us and cares for us. Have a great day. See you soon.